Holiday Road. Hey, y'all, come on in. It's great to see you.
We're going to hit the open road today with MacDuff's Soap Company.
It's a Halloween morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for finding your way to our little barbershop. And if you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, join the chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks from all over the world hanging out. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we want to say a special thank you to Sean for throwing this in our last shipment. Autumn Cabin Splash is a winner. We have already probably used more than enough for Autumn, I gotta say, but we've thoroughly enjoyed it.
One of our absolute favorite autumn scents. Y'all, we have it in wax melts, and now thanks to Sean and MacDuff, we have the Splash. There is no maple essential oil. There's syrup, but there's no maple accord, so Sean had to build one out of different woods and things, and it is beguiling. Thank you, buddy, for throwing this in. This is a giant part of our autumn experience.
It makes so much noise from you, too, when we throw it out. We're like, oh, a little thing from Sean.
And what's our soap today?
Our soap today was sent to us by this wonderful couple, Crystal and Angelo, and they got us road trippin', and their reasoning behind it was we were on a road trip on the way up to the cabin when we got engaged, so it's super sweet knowing it's from them.
Y'all, thank you for this, and I know there are going to be some mysteries and wonders hiding inside this one, not only because I have heard from the community. Did you get that one? You probably should have gotten that one.
Right.
But y'all, we are fans of MacDuff around here. He's a very good boy. Let's meet the soap. We're going to do things a little different because this is an upscale orange creamsicle by definition. So we're going to bring in the scent notes now because we kind of know what to expect, but we have a feeling Sean's done some magic here. So from the sales page at MacDuffSoapCompany.com.
Road Trippin' is an upscale orange creamsicle scent inspired by the vast expanse of the prairies and the joyful, albeit lengthy, Alberta drives to the majestic mountains and beyond. This scent captures the spirit of fun and adventure, blending bright and zesty orange, mandarin, and yuzu with creamy vanilla to evoke the nostalgia of a classic creamsicle.
Now that would have been plenty, but not here. Welcome to MacDuff territory, because now
subtle hints of bergamot add a complexity to the citrus blend, while delicate hints of jasmine, gardenia, and lavender add a floral heart.
Right.
The journey concludes with a grounding base of soft musk, warm sandalwood, and caramel.
that's the magic word. Artisans, if you want me to buy a soap within 5 minutes of a release, you put caramel in the scent notes, because
True.
I am a sucker for, well, it's creamed cooked sugar.
How can you not?
I mean, come on. So, y'all, I am so excited because this sounds like it's inspired by road trips that Sean used to take across country to Alberta. We, growing up in California, used to take road trips to LA all the time. That's where Disneyland lives, y'all. So we know the adventure of loading up a station wagon for a big old road trip and making sure you got enough snacks and goodies to tide you over. So, y'all, I am just hoping that brings it all back for me. Let's open the box. All right, y'all, like Sarah said, this was sent to us by Crystal and Angelo of the Shave Arcade and Crystal Eco-Minded Shaves. All right,
I'm actually super excited because we just did Dr. Duff, and it was not just a cherry cola. So I have a feeling we're about to get schooled with that same thing. This is not just a cream soda orange business.
And those two came out at once. They were kind of the bookends. So I'm so excited that we ended up getting the other one because we weren't initially going to get this one.
Let's see.
Oh, there it is from the Razor Company. Let's see if we've got a
note?
note here from Crystal. Let's see. Sometimes you get a note. All right, let's see. Oh, they included the splash.
They did. You outdid yourself.
Oh, Crystal, Angelo.
Sorry, Lainey.
Thanks, you guys. Let's see.
There's popcorn all over Lainey.
Oh, y'all, these are the new series of labels from MacDuff's, and they have MacDuff on them. Look at that good boy. Who's a good boy? Let's do perfect good boys. All right, y'all.
Oh, I'm actually drooling. I'm kind of excited.
All right, who's going to call shotgun for this road trip? Let's find out and have a first impression.
Going down here, y'all.
All right, here we go. Now we're going to pick rock. It's going to be rock.
Scissors. It's fine.
I'm going to pick... Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. That's a choice. Okay, here we go. Ready? Ah! Even when she's warned, I get to go, Brett. Okay, here we go.
I know we both were going to switch. That would have been hilarious.
Okay, here we go. I am taking it in. Y'all, one of the softest pours in the business. Foxy matte tub loads, we're not sure. All right, here we go.
Give it a shake. Not a soda, though. It would have exploded all over the car.
Right, don't shake this up and then open it.
And there we have it. Yep. The episode writes itself.
Y'all, what I love best, I am not hit with orange. I'm hit with everything swirling around under it. Orange is the last part of the whip. And I love that. I love that because it's, y'all, orange flavoring is ubiquitous. It's everything from floor cleaners to coffee creamers. So with this invites you into that whole other world of the gourmands, the florals, the creams, everything else surrounding it. And the orange is the last part of it. So it's almost like getting a sense of being in the car and driving through part of Los Angeles and kind of smelling that Disneyland smell over there and the Denny's over there and the ice cream parlor over there. It's kind of all of that.
Okay, so the windows are down on this road trip, it sounds like.
And you know, a whole third of this is kind of a lovely wearable scent. And 2/3 is kind of a fun, whimsical, childish road trip scent.
I'm down. That sounds good already.
Well, it's like the grown-ups in the front seat of the car.
There you go.
And then the kids are in the back seat of the car. Makes perfect sense to me. And then the dog's in the very back of the car.
She's got her own seat,
the dog is tied to the bumper. Do you know what the penalty for animal cruelty is in this state? Well, it's probably pretty stiff. Oh, and I love that the orange is sitting there as a sweet and not any of the sour quality that an orange can have, but it's a natural quality. So this is not your artificially flavored orange Julius orange. This is a real orange, but it doesn't take it all the way to the fruit. You can tell that it's been juiced or the oil's been pulled out of the peel or something cool has happened to it. It's almost like it's been cooked.
Okay.
Kind of a thing. Hold on.
Can you tell it's summertime outside? Does it have a vibe of summer?
100%. And that's what those florals are bringing is when you roll down the window and you get that first sense of fresh air, that's what those florals are doing. There's a lot about the road trip hiding in here.
That's funny because today, oddly, 96 degrees outside. We're filming early so we don't melt.
Yeah, we suffered through Fool's Autumn and we thought we were all ready to go. We were putting on pumpkin spice and Tierra Mojada and then the desert came back.
Yep. So we needed some summer fun, clearly.
We did.
So thank you for looking out for us, Crystal and Angela.
Y'all, and the other thing about orange is orange can kind of be the guitar player at the party, Sean. The orange can sometimes be a little bit too much of a personality, and it can hide, it can mask the other set notes. That's why I love that you put that at the end of the whiff, because it lets all of the other players be those players and add their personality before the star comes out.
Okay.
They're the opening act.
There you go.
That's cool.
So you're still getting more of a vibe of this, right? You could just kind of, not masculine, feminine too much, more the vibe.
100%. This is cruising through Los Angeles with the top down. My mom had an 89 Chrysler LeBaron convertible, which was the coolest thing about 1989. And y'all driving through Los Angeles on the way to Disneyland in that through Burbank, right?
Yeah.
Y'all, there's
Living
nothing
the
better. Totally. This has all of that. Well, and if you are fans of the original Disneyland, it was on an orange grove. That was what it was. Just acres and acres and acres of orange tree after orange tree after orange tree. So I love this can kind of be a little homage to the beginnings of that, too.
That is my favorite thing when you're on soaring over California, that smell of flying over the orange groves and stuff like that. Just that, it smells so real.
Okay, I think you need to put your seatbelt on and join me on this road trip. All right, here we go. Take it in. I love how MacDuff's got his head out the window.
He totally does. And in this picture, I want to go to there. Wherever they're driving, I want to go to there. Okay. You ready, lady? Take it with you. See what you think. Oh, she did the nose wiggle.
She perked up a little bit.
Oh, it's the perfect amount of window open. There's outdoor things coming in, and then it's the sweeter gourmandy things you got in the car happening.
100%. It's the window open in the back seat of my dad's station wagon. That's what this is.
It's so funny. I can tell, that Sean came up with it because it does have a little Canadian kind of vibe of that outdoorsy hit.
Right. In the nuttiness, the creaminess of the gourmands and the outside.
So there is something very outdoorsy about this road trip. It's not, we haven't hit the city yet.
No, there might be a prairie sky over your head.
Right, something like that. But it is fun because when we go to our cabin, you are off grid. You are literally driving on dirt roads.
You do
it's
this
the Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's fun because road trip, this does have that outdoor surrounding you kind of thing. You can tell that there's green trees around you. There's a freshness and a crispness in the air. But then you're hit with that perfect side of those kind of orangey, yuzu, all those lovely little citrusy vibes. And they don't get too sweet.
Right.
They don't get too sour.
Yep.
Like, they're just that perfect zone in the middle.
And you know what I love about the smell of a Hollywood, Los Angeles orange grove? It doesn't smell like a farm. You somehow still get a sense that there's a city there. There is a Hollywood there. It is a city that creates all the other cities in the world. They film outdoors 365 days a year. So talk about a citrusy kingdom. But it's got a sense of a metropolis going on in this. You're not just like out on a farm.
So I do feel like you could wear this any time of day.
Yeah.
You could also wear this to Disneyland. You could wear this camping.
Yeah.
You could wear this dolled up to the Emmys. Like, there is something in this that I really feel like works in all type of genres of life, which is super cool.
And I know that it's an Alberta, Canada sense, but I love how my experiences growing up on road trips here in California can easily adopt this scent for my own.
So I'm trying to think, if I hadn't read what this was called, if I hadn't looked at the scent notes or seen the label, here's a whiff of me just pretending I don't know any of those things.
Right, yeah.
Because there's something, it's the perfect amount of like ode to nostalgia.
Right.
Like something that you know.
Right.
But then it's turned to like the grown-up version. You know, like you could wear it as an adult.
Well, I think in a shave soap, generally when you see citrus and when you see orange, this isn't what you're getting. You're getting more of a perfumer's orange. You're getting more of a dapper orange. You're getting more of an orange that's being used in the balance to do other things or to bring other things forward. This is a candied orange. This is an orange with a little bit of its blossom. This is a much different orange. And an orange that's sort of being allowed to be the star, but it's still a bit subdued because it comes in at the end.
My grandma had a tree that had oranges on it, and there was like a certain time of year or a certain time of the day when you pulled them, and she'd make fresh orange juice. Like, we would sit there grinding everything up, and there's something about the real juice, not from the store, but like straight off the tree, made right there, that just has a natural sweetness. And that's coming through here, like the real side of 100%. The orange.
And if you grew up in California, you were going to get an orange in your Christmas stocking. You know why? Because you could. We had them. It was amazing.
I think overall, just every time I take a whiff, I want to smile. So there's something in here that just hits home. Like, it really is that fun nostalgia side, the comfy cozy side, and the super fun side, all combined.
Well, when you do see a sunrise, don't you kind of think citrus? Isn't there something about, well, even sunny
colors.
delight and all those things, right? They kind of allude to that. There is something about a beautiful, bright, sunny day that screams citrus, especially if you're from around here. All right, y'all, so you are going to see some magic happen right now. You're going to see us build a MacDuff's lather right here in front of you in our beautiful Sharp Shaver bowl from Philip the Sharp Shaver. This is one of the prototype 3D printed bowls that he made in his laboratory.
And he put our lovely little TBD logo on there.
This is one of the first custom bowls he ever made.
Yeah, super fun. It has like a transition. One side's more black, one's more blue. Super fun.
All right, and this is my Mystery Machine inspired brush from Craig at Opus Brush. Get it?
Perfect for
Mystery
a road
Machine.
trip,
They're on a constant road trip.
They
never went home.
No.
How to build a lather on the Barbershop Duet. Well, I take the water and I let it chill out down here because my primary goal is to take this dry brush and get as much of that soap on it as I can before I get it too wet. So check this out. We're just going to do some swirls. Then we're going to spin the brush. Then some more swirls. Then spin the brush. Then some more swirls. Push down a little bit more till you feel the backbone. Turn the brush. Then get a little bit more on your bristles. And when there's only about a third to a quarter of the soap left at the bottom of the bowl, go down for your water. Bring it all in together because now the water is pulling the soap off the bristles, not off the bottom of a shave bowl.
There you go. Take your notes here, people.
Look at that. And y'all,
I'm smelling that from here.
You know, hold on. Let's have a grown-up conversation. There's a part of the orange that only exists for me when it's natural. Yeah. And it's the kind I think of when I dig my fingernail into the orange peel and that oil goes like that. This is the first time I am smelling not a real orange, but I'm getting that real orange oil scent.
I'm with you.
And I wonder if it's because it's an essential oil, because I know Sean loves to use those when possible.
It smells so real. Like, that's why I was thinking of the handmade, like, juice we used to have.
Wow. And y'all, look at that. Just with that initial burst of water, that's all we really need. I mean, unless you want it a little bit thinner of a lather, you're just about done. And look at how these tiny bubbles in the MacDuff's are coming through. Y'all try a Budweiser and then drink a Guinness, and you're going to notice that those bubbles from the nitrogen are a little bit smaller in the Guinness, giving it a creamier feel. Same thing I feel happens with these MacDuff's lathers, where the bubbles are a little bit smaller in the lather. And I know we never mentioned lather here in the Barbershop Duet in any form, but, y'all.
It's already coming alive, yo.
And when we watch our Shave Arcade episodes, we like to see how Angelo lathers the face. So while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, we will show you how this goes on.
It smells good up close, I gotta say.
I know.
That lather version, I'm getting some more fun.
Oh, I love this.
Depending on what brings me into the scent,
Right.
I can get more the dreamsicle kind of a vibe.
Right, yes.
Or if I'm smelling for the background, that takes me on a whole different adventure.
You know, how did I not even ask you this yet? Do you get a sense of vanilla ice cream from this creamsicle?
Actually, you know what's funny? I think in the lather, it's a little different.
I
Maybe
almost
that's
get
why.
like a vanilla flower. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Because it does have a little blossom.
Right, but there are some florals in here, so instead of it getting too creamy and sugary, it
Right.
does. It kind of like gets a little more bougie and pretty.
Does anybody have a map? We need to look at these scent notes. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at MacDuffSoapCompany.com. Here are your list of scent notes.
We have mandarin,
Love that. A candied orange to start with, right?
and then blood orange. Blood. Maybe it is
I
good for
love that.
Halloween.
Well, because it's both sweet and spicy.
It is.
That blood orange. And mixing with the candy of all oranges mandarin. What a lovely thought of taking like a bright orange and a dark orange, bringing them together.
It's working here. And then we have yuzu and
that.
bergamot.
Freaky lime and yuzu.
Yep.
And you know what? Even though those are four very prominent citruses, again, I love how they don't jump out at you.
Yeah, they don't take
the
over.
Other scent notes you're about to hear are the actual stars of this.
Yep.
And the others are the ones that come in at the end and just give you that fabulous finale. So here are the scent notes that for me are the heart of this going on.
We have sandalwood,
Yep.
gardenia, lavender, and jasmine is that mid
So
chunk.
hold on a second, y'all. Think about sandalwood, that beautiful, creamy, light, woody scents. And then with a gardenia, a lavender, and a jasmine trio of the three amigos coming into that El Guapo.
I feel like those four are what makes me think the window's open. Like there's something outdoorsy that just coming gently through with
I mean,
those
maybe you're
four.
driving through Pasadena and the Rose Bowl parade's going on
There
a
you
couple
go.
of blocks down, right? That sense. Now, this is what makes it L.A. fun. Because as the sun goes down in Los Angeles, for some reason, these scents kind of come to me over the water, and I'm
with
not
you.
sure why. But something about, well, always being in a theme park, maybe. Of course, these last three notes are
Caramel, vanilla, and musk.
right there. It's your ice cream sundae. It's your churro. It's all right there, y'all.
I know it's funny that you mentioned earlier maps, but I really wonder, like kids learning how to drive these days, do they even know how to use a map?
No.
Or where to go?
No,
Like,
a map, a printed map is just like
Right?
part of the internet that you decided to take with you. No.
I mean, now your car has a camera to tell you how to reverse backwards. It tells you what turn to do next. Like,
Right?
it's just funny driving back in the day, you know, with your cassette player to CD-ROM thing.
I know,
it was a
right?
thing. Putting a CD from your little Rolodex in there.
Or with
and-
a MapQuest printout, like you're a
Oh,
Barbary
yep. That was
pirate
me.
trying to find your way somewhere.
When I first moved to Southern California and I had to ask because I forgot my map, I literally had to pull off and go into a gas station to ask for directions. Like,
Right.
that doesn't happen anymore. Like, your dude in there wouldn't know where to tell you where to go.
My worst road trip was back home from Los Angeles because I had gone to the beach with some friends the day before, and they go to the beach in LA a lot different than we go to the beach here in NorCal. Because when we go to the beach, it's for an hour, 90 minutes. You're fully clothed because it's kind of cold.
Yeah.
When you go to the beach in Los Angeles, you basically wear nothing. You bring all your food for a couple of days. You build a bonfire. You bring sleeping bags. It is a destination. The one thing I didn't bring was sunscreen.
Oh, I see where this is
I
going.
got more sunburn than I have ever gotten in my whole life. Because I figure, oh, I got this. I can spend the day at the beach in NorCal and I'm fine, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Turns out their sun's a lot different too. So on the way back, I had to wear my scrubs over this arm because it was already lit up and the sun was
Yep.
coming down on me driving
Ouchie,
home for
ouchie.
8 hours. So y'all, when you do go on road trips somewhere where the sun is hotter than it is at home, plan ahead.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of driving in Southern California in my Mazda Miata with the top down. And my friend and I were looking at places to move into Long Beach. And we just kept going in and out of places, but driving around. And I didn't realize until like our 7th hour that we both had a hideous tank top / seatbelt tan. And it blistered, like our shoulders had the whole blister thing on it. And I think I still have that permanent mark of that seatbelt strap.
Occupational hazard of living in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I
y'all.
can't have a Corvette without sunscreen.
Right.
Noted.
And the musk in this, I think, is just a clean laundry musk. I don't think you're looking at civet here.
I do love knowing that this is from Crystal and Angelo. Like, our phone calls range from laughing and happy and crazy things in our lives that are going on. There's just something nice, lighthearted, and fun. Like, I feel like a car ride with them would be super fun, full of laughter, singing all the things. Like, you can't have a bored car ride with them.
Right. Well, it is kind of fun to know that they are only a road trip away. I mean, what is the traffic from here to Michigan? It's only 40 or 50 hours.
The fastest route takes about 33 hours 17 minutes via I-80 and I-94. This route requires tolls.
Yeah, of course.
That's a road trip. We'll
only 33 hours.
be there on Sunday. And I do know, I don't think I'm going on another road trip ever without putting on this splash. You ready to try it?
Okay. Oh, this is more dreamsicle. Hold on. Hold the phone.
I found the orange, I think.
Yeah, I think we're at Dreamsicle meets
on.
Colonia.
Hold on.
Fancy
Wait
fun.
a minute.
Ooh, this is a fun road trip right here.
I got the orange. Y'all, this is fabulous. It is still that beautiful, natural, essential oil, but candied orange. There is nothing sour about this. It stops right before it gets there. Whoa.
Oh, yeah, it does. It starts off with the Dreamsicle kind of vibe, and then it veers off into those woodsy, florally fun.
Whoa.
And then I'm just smiling for some more, please.
There's egg whites in Orange Julius. The sandalwood is magical in this. It's what's holding it all together in the center.
And then it finishes off with the caramel, vanilla, ice creamy kind of vibe.
And you know what I love best? Generally, when I see caramel, it's just this big, sugary sense, and my nose is left with a flashlight going, caramel, where are you? With this, I am being hit with the caramel and the vanilla, and I love that. It's not hiding. That's part of the star. The caramel and the sandalwood are kind of binding together for me to be this beautiful foundation that the rest of it's sitting on.
Wow, I really feel like where I'm excited we have our walk after this, because I'm going to want to throw this like everywhere now.
I am actually excited to walk 33 flights of stairs.
And this is when I regret that they don't have it in an EDP yet, because oddly, this is something I would totally rock as an EDP.
Does Sean make EDPs?
I think he's waiting on some equipment. At least it's a goal to hopefully do some EDPs. So can we put this on the list, please, Sean?
I've got a list alphabetical of scents that I need in an EDP, Sean. And I love that MacDuff, being a Scotty dog, that was a big part of our road trips, was loading up the dog kennel and the water and the dog food and getting the dog in there with you. That was always a fun
That was why I liked going camping, honestly, because they could come with us.
Right.
It was different when we were going to Disneyland or somewhere else, like they had to stay home. But there was something knowing that they could go on the adventure with us, too, that made it so much better.
I remember when you had to drive your cat home from Los Angeles, and I just about had a heart attack.
Yeah, she rode on my shoulder.
You let that cat out of the car at Harris Ranch, you're never going to see her again. Unless you're that cat that was at Yosemite and found its way home 800 miles last week. Well, its house must have smelled like this.
Right? I just don't know what we did to deserve these wonderful little furry friends in our lives, but they just make it so much better, even on adventures. Like, I feel like half the pictures, instead of me taking things of outdoors, it's like me with the pets, you know?
You know, now that I know the orange from this, let me take one more smell of the soap here. Hold on a second. Now that I've smelled the splash, I think I get a little bit more of a sense of the orange in the center of the soap. Smell this now.
Interesting.
Right?
It is still different for me. Like, I get way more of that creamsicle-y kind of vibe in the splash.
Yeah, for me, it's still in the background, but it's a little bit more prominent now that I know exactly what that orange is and I smell the splash.
I actually really would want this in a bar soap, too. I feel like it'd be one that was just like, you know, an afternoon, like washing your hands, getting whiffs, you're like, oh, yeah.
Especially like a kitchen hand soap. Like, oh, man.
I can't really have soda anymore, so smelling things like this just make that nostalgia side of me really kick in, I gotta admit.
What's the farthest road trip you ever took?
Ooh, that's a good question. We drove all the way up to my family in Idaho, St. Mary's, Idaho, which is like literally on the border, the highest you can go up.
Funny, mine was to Nampa, Idaho, from here to get my Labrador when she was born.
Yeah.
How funny.
Yeah, I think that was the longest actual road trip I've taken.
Did you do it in one day?
No, we had a big minivan. It was our family of 4 and my grandparents. So it was like packed to the brims.
Right.
And there's like, you had to go up all these windy roads. And there was actually a really scary, like, big rig truck hit a Jeep, and my dad had to go in and like help rescue these people.
Right, I
and the
remember that
roads
story.
were blocked, like they just literally blocked. So I don't even remember how old I was, probably like 11 maybe. Wow. And we had to like pull off because no one could go up the hill. So everybody had to slide back down to go to a hotel and wait for them to clean off the roads and stuff. So I definitely remember that trip.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about our trip to Idaho was we were kind of little, so we stayed over in Winnemucca, Nevada. They had a casino and a cinema, and we went and saw The Secret of My Success. So that'll tell you exactly when that road trip was.
There you go. Although speaking of road trips, my mom's family probably wins for the most road trips that could ever be done in a lifetime. So that side of the family grew up racing quarter midget race cars, and they would literally have the motorhome with all the race cars on top, and they would drive across country all summer.
Or a bus.
Or
we had a bus.
Yes, we'll see if we can find a picture. But they literally drove to the races. So they would all hop in after school, drive for wherever the weekend road trip was to have a race, and then load everybody up and come home. So they have logged so many miles.
And
I can't even decide.
bird on his shoulder the entire time.
Or on the steering wheel.
Like
He would ride. But if anyone had to have most miles, I think maybe my Uncle Dennis probably beats. Because he did ones all as he was a kid. And now he's still driving his grandson now to do all the races. So I think he might be the winner for road trips.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just have an aunt who gets sick in San Diego a week after 9/11. There are no airplanes in the sky, and your grandma has got to get from Stockton, California, basically to the Mexican border tomorrow. So you're going to rent a car. You're going to leave San Joaquin County at 4:30 a.m. and drive straight there. You're going to drop her off. You're going to hug your aunt, and you're going to drive straight home. And in 24 hours, you will have just passed that 1,000-mile mark, and you're going to brag about it for the rest of your life because you got your ride. So, head over to MacDuff'sSoapCompany.com to find this and a bunch of other cool stuff.
To talk about how it shaves today, we have our dear friend, Crystal with a K.
Hi everyone, it's Crystal. I've just finished my shave with MacDuff's Soap Company Road Trippin Shave Soap and Aftershave. Sean uses locally sourced tallow for his base, and not 1, 2, or even 3, but 4 butters. The butters in this formula create a nutrient-rich lather that absolutely puffs up. The scent on Road Trippin is an uplifting creamsicle-esque scent that transports you to a celebratory moment of reaching your destination, ready to embark on an adventure. I appreciate you, Marcus and Sarah, for allowing me to share my shave with you, and thank you, Sean, for creating yet another masterpiece.
Welcome to Messages.
So for this spooky fun holiday we are enjoying, we wanted to give you a chance to win a $20 gift card to Southern Witchcraft.
And all you have to do to be eligible is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so that we can get back to you. And then check back here the first week of November where we have our Alexa choose our lucky winner on the show.
Best of luck. I had to wear my orange sweatshirt because we were doing like a little orange theme going on.
And I had to wear my shaver cake because this was a gift from Angela and Crystal. So we had a perfect wardrobe
We
selection.
did. And I'm so glad that when we see this in our den that we know it's from them. And I think their anniversary's in October too, which is super cute that they kind of can celebrate
Scared
with
the
us.
crap out of me. I thought I was grabbing the Road Trippin' and I grabbed Autumn Cabin and I went, wait, is there cedar in this that I missed? Y'all, it's
Please
getting
don't.
too late. We had better get going. Crystal, Angelo, thank you, dear friends, for knowing that while we weren't really going to pick this one up, we needed to have it. So you got it for us anyway. We are so grateful. Thank you for sending
Our
this
first
to us.
little commemoration
I
soap.
know.
It's super
Yeah,
fun.
thanks, you guys.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
Oh, you'll smell more adventurous just watching this.